your evenings. Hope it's been a good one for everyone today, Monday. Um, so let's talk about Arteta and Edu. Artedu, Chuckle Twins. And it's Tuesday. Um, yeah, I'll come to the chat in 2 seconds. But first off, I've got to sort of start this. Um, see now with Arteta and Edu, I would have personally got rid of them at the end of last season because they proved for the third or fourth year that they cannot get over the line. Um, then we also had that absolute shambolic transfer window. I'd have also definitely at least sacked Edu after that transfer window in the summer. We'll get more into that. And I'm more one of them people that I've sort of said at the start of the season, he's here now. Okay. They're both going to be here the foreseeable future. Let's sort of see what this season brings. Now, so far this season has seen us drop 9 points. Probably 9 points, apart from the Bournemouth game. Didn't really deserve anything out of that. Probably 9 points we really shouldn't have sort of dropped, or at least, like I said, six of them. Everyone's got their line, yeah? Everyone's got the line from whatever moral point of view, whatever scenario that may be. Everyone's got that line that once is crossed, that's it. And my line, and my very patient line, may I add. Now, we may have people that watch this, watch it back, or similar people that have the similar view to me that say, oh, you're being overly harsh. I've been very patient, as is everyone in this chat, as is everyone that you watch. I've been extremely patient. By that, I mean 21 years. If you can't appreciate a level of frustration after waiting 21 years, not to just win a league title, but mostly even really to be in the mix. Arsenal fans like me, like Jez, Carl, Vic, Aces, all the guys, Hendo in the chat, we have all been extremely patient. Mine's just come to a point where I've run out with this particular process. It's run out. I'd run out of it a long time ago, but as I said, at the start of this season, I thought, well, they're here now. What have you got? So where do we find ourselves? Look, we're 9 games in, 5 behind Manchester City. The same amount of points that we finished behind them for the entirety of 2 seasons ago. Now, can someone please fill me with the confidence that Arsenal can make up 6 points in the next 31 games when we couldn't even make that up after 38 with more games to play? Last season, we did not get over that line. We looked like we had a good chance to do it, but when it really, really, really mattered, and I'm talking more about that Aston Villa game, because whilst we did have a good run in, we put some good points in there, but ultimately it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because we didn't win anything. And I just don't really know how more of this I can personally take. I don't want to take any more. I would have him sacked this evening. It's interesting to see what you boys would say. You're going to come to the chat and then I'll carry on. Vic, big up Aaron. I'd honestly rather have the actual Chuckle brothers in charge rather than these two Muppets. Rip Barry Elliott. Apologies there. Yeah, man. I'm not too sure who the gentleman is, but yeah, rest in peace, whoever he may be. Also, yeah, the Chuckle twins. Yeah, man. Listen, it's got to be better than this. This setup, this regime hasn't proved a fruitful one, has it? Why? Because when the pair of them have been working as a team, they haven't won anything. The proof is in the pudding. I'm sort of sick of sort of seeing some opinions, and I do watch other channels because I like to gauge what other people think with different opinions and sort of see where I stand on it. We're supposed to be the toxic and negative one, but I'd rather be maybe toxic and negative than absolutely deluded. That's what I'd rather be. I'd rather be toxic and honest and truthful and factual than absolutely out of my nut and believing in something which hasn't really happened, has it? The facts are Arteta and Edu haven't won a single thing. The facts are we haven't really come close to winning a single thing. We've hit one semi-final in the Carling Cup. Well, we've done all right in the Anfield leg, and then Liverpool took the piss out of us because our squad's not good enough. Why isn't it good enough? Edu and Arteta are in charge. 10 out of 10 windows. How many times, gentlemen, do we see these absolute mental fans, big Arsenal channels, some of them, saying it's a fixed bench, it's a 10 out of 10 window? The amount of 8, 9s, and 10 out of 10 windows we'd have, you'd think our squad would have been completed a year ago. But unfortunately, we've still got names I've never even heard of turning up on the bench week in, week out. We decide to improve our squad by not strengthening it whatsoever this summer. We've actually weakened it. This is the regime that people are putting their money into, their time, their valuable time. And I am absolutely done with it. Now, Mikel Arteta has got the FA Cup. Some will say, it was an Unai Emery team. He still had to win it, fair dues. But it's a totally different setup. That wasn't his team. This is his team now. And this is the real question we want to ask. Do I believe that this manager, this season, will win Arsenal silverware? What do you guys think? Because I'm done now. I do not think it whatsoever. Why? Because our next two games are Newcastle away, and I wouldn't say high flying Chelsea, but a reasonably good Chelsea, not the Chelsea of the last two seasons. I think that's fair to say. So it poses that bit more of a trickier aspect to it, considering they are performing probably above what we all thought. I've heard some people say today, if Arsenal beat Newcastle at the weekend, that we'd have had exactly the same points at this stage last season. Yep, that's all well and good. We'd still be 5 points behind Manchester City with a win. But let's also get to the other reality that exists. We may not beat Newcastle at the weekend. And if we do not, where does that leave us? Now, I'd already said in a previous video, the next four, which would now be 3 Manchester City fixtures, I mean, they're shoo-ins. They really, really are. Have a look at the fixture list. They couldn't be any more kinder to them. So you'd expect a 4 in a row treble winning Centurion Manchester City side to get the job done. We all do. They've been scraping over the line still, but they just get the job done. Now, this could leave us, come the Newcastle game, possibly 7 points behind, possibly 8 points behind Manchester City. Everyone's dreaming and going, it's the same points amassed last season. We're still 5 points bloody behind the champions of the last 4 years. Now, do I see us getting 6 out of 6 in the Chelsea and the Newcastle games? I'm sorry, I just don't. Yes, the Liverpool game, when you look back on it, wasn't as bad as it could have been, considering injuries and suspensions. However, what I've seen over the last 9 games, and you can include some Champions League games in there if you'd like, because we haven't really looked great other than the 5-0 Bolton game in really any of the competitions that we've played in so far. Am I confident that we'll get 6 out of 6? No. Do I think that even if we was to drop 1 more point from now on until the foreseeable future, are we out the league? Yes. I'm struggling already at 5 points behind. We've shown off of scratch that we cannot amass more points than Manchester City with 38 games. Why would we do it with less? And let's get it right as well. Manchester City haven't even got going yet, and we all know what they're like from January until May. They're ruthless. They are absolutely relentless. They'll probably draw 1 game and then win the other 18. Why? Because we've seen it for 3, 4, 5 years. We've seen it for a long time. These facts we're all talking about, people, we all know it. So really, in theory, we've got from now until about Christmas time to try and close this gap. And not only just close this gap, we probably have to start the year at least level or ahead of them. Whether that may be a point, I don't know. Do I think from now until January, are we going to get 6 points on Manchester City? I'm sorry, I don't. I don't even think we're going to get 6 points over our next 2 games, let alone close a 6-point lead from Manchester City. I don't know why people aren't seeing this. There's so many excuses made up. Let's blame the refs. The refs are shit in this country. Yeah? This isn't a point that I'm blowing your mind with. We all know it. The refereeing is absolutely atrocious in this country. It's also atrocious to the 19 other teams. And it's not an excuse. Some of the excuses makes my blood boil. Just going to quickly come back to a chat before I move on. Jez, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you here, mate. Godfather Jez, that he is. Aces, yeah, big up, Vic. Big up, boys. Just a couple of messages talking amongst yourselves. Big up, Aaron. And good to see you, bud. Hope you're all doing well, mate. Vic, I think ultimately we need to put pressure on Cronky because if he had standards, he'd sack this fraud. I actually want Stan gone too, if I'm being honest. Listen, mate, very difficult to argue and or disagree with what you've just said there, bud. Um, but the thing is there's so many, and especially in the stadium now. Now we've come on Jez's show, and Jez has made a couple of points of it as well. Um, especially in his last show Wednesday, which I think actually started with the atmosphere in the Emirates. Now that's sort of gone down because a lot of the like Vic, a lot of the people that's been going for a long time with silver memberships and you know, it was actually showed their loyalty to the club are not able to get into the stadium. So a lot of fans are actually this Arteta Giddy fans. Now, there's not going to be any pressure shown in the stadium when probably out of the 60,000 of them, probably about 55 of them are absolutely giddy over this beautiful, sexy, spectacular, perfect eyebrowed Mikel Arteta. They're giddy over the system. They're bend over backwards, literally, for this system. I just don't know where. And by day, we're getting more of these top gooners come in. It's almost a losing battle. I'd love to see us getting put pressure on. But you know what? Mikel Arteta, let's face facts, could probably lose the next 10 games in a row. And nothing had happened. It'd almost be like he'd won them all. It's going to be, it's difficult for that. But I do agree. Stan, look, he's almost gone. When you say I actually want Stan gone too, listen, he's not going anywhere. It's a cash cow, Arsenal. And let's face it, he's never really came in the first place, did he? He's give the club to Josh as his little Christmas present and gone, I couldn't really care about this London bunch. You just deal with it. I've got some things in America I actually want to be part of. So it's sort of a tricky one with that. I'd have both of them gone. To be fair, in the last couple of years, they have funded some money, you know, more than they have done in the past. But unfortunately, the gentleman they hired, the twins, Artedu, they really haven't spent it as wisely as we needed them to. And especially, probably sick and tired of saying it, this summer window was the most pivotal of them all. This was the closer. This was the window where we finally bridged that gap to Manchester City, where we turned 2 points behind and getting closer into an absolute ambitious window where we go, Gyökeres, 85 million, no worries, he's ours. We got Sterling. I wanted a better winger and a striker. We got Sterling on loan. Oh yeah, but you know, Chelsea are paying most of his wages. The fact that we're paying him a wage is farcical enough. What's he done? You haven't seen the best of me yet, said Sterling. I haven't seen anything of you. It's absolutely ridiculous. You're right there, me old mucker. Rossi, how you doing, bro? Big up, mate. Cheers for heading over. Appreciate it as always, geez. Hendo, how you doing, boy? Good evening. And all in the chat watching. Yeah, man. Buzzing for all of you. Thank you very much for taking your time. Eve Anthony, yeah. Just a couple of chats amongst yourselves. Good evening, Anthony. Yeah, but yeah, man. Good evening to you, mate. What we saying here? I'll just go through a couple more because I'm a bit conscious. Sometimes I'm not the best with the chat, so I do apologise. There's a million things going through my head. I'll get better for you people. Hendo, 800+ million spent in the last 4 years. 1 FA Cup, and that was even before that, wasn't it? Ten Hag got sacked and he won 2 trophies in back-to-back seasons. Listen, at least he's won 2 trophies, yeah. And it was sort of in the middle of his process, wasn't it? You know, that was the first. You know, we played Sheffield United away, sort of scraped through that game. We've done all right. I think we won 2-0 against Manchester City at Wembley in the semi-final, and then obviously the final 2-1, which I was at. Very grateful to be at. Pardon me. Wasn't a bad little run that, but it was 3 games. 3 games he done well in, granted. And let's get it right. Without Aubameyang, probably would have been humiliated in the semi and the final because if I'm right, I'm fairly certain he'd scored both. I think maybe I don't know, but he was pivotal regardless. and then sort of threw him out instantaneously once they had to find this little spat because he can't deal with big players. Arteta, he likes little kids he can bully. Yeah, it's a little bit worrying, like I mean, I'm a little bit upset to see Ten Hag go, to be honest with you, because I wanted that banter train carrying on going. I mean, it's been nothing but shambolic there. But 2 trophies to win it. Do you know why? Because whilst Ten Hag has been absolutely appalling in Europe, absolutely appalling in the league. I mean, where they're sat now, I mean, why has he even lasted so long? It's almost pathetic. Um, but he took the cup seriously. Now, yes, I've mentioned it a couple of times, especially with the Carling Cup. I mean, that draws, he was getting League One, League Two, League One, League Two, and then they faced Newcastle in the final. Um, they got an easy little round, but look, they still won it. Not their fault they got easy draws. It isn't. And then to win in the FA Cup, they beat Liverpool along the way, fair dues, and then they beat Manchester City in the final. We can't knock that. Look, we probably had easy runs, and then in the last 2 FA Cups we've had Man City in the semi and Chelsea in the final. Chelsea's that won league titles as well, by the way, and then obviously Manchester City. So you can't really knock that sort of closing run in the FA Cup to them. Fair dues, fair dues to them. But we've gone out since we won it. Third round, fourth round, third round, fourth round. We haven't made it past the third round in 2 of the 4 years. And the only time we've done it, we've gone out on the next hurdle. That's not a good enough excuse. Some of them have been to Nottingham Forest, who were high flying this season, not at the time. That Manchester City were 1-0 away. I think we lost. You can sort of half see that. The Liverpool one, I'm sorry, we should have been about 3-0 up at half time, probably in the first 20 minutes of that FA Cup game, and lost it 3-1. It's not been good enough. And neither is his league form or the European form. The European form for Arteta is absolutely embarrassing, even when you consider the lower league, the Europa League, sorry. Shambolic. I mean, he's gone out to some crap teams. Even more embarrassingly, gone out to Unai Emery. But this is our manager that's going to win us the Champions League, people say. He can't even get to the semi-final with the fucking Europa League. And when he has done it, I'm fairly sure another manager had got him there. It's kind of hard to get my head into the headspace of some fans when they're sucking off this regime just so blatantly. I just cannot get it, and my line's crossed. I'm sorry, enough's enough for me. 800 million spent. We should not be having the bench in its current state as it is. We've got a couple of injuries, yeah. Manchester City had Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland out, probably a few more to name last season. They didn't cry. They just carried on. They just carried on doing what they're doing. Why was they able to do that? Because they've got a squad. They can bring in a couple of players out and that'll come in and do a job. What have we got? We've got Gabriel Jesus, who we bought off of them, who had a good 3 months in 2.5 years. We paid him, bought the other little politician. Where's he now? He's been fit for a few games, not even coming off the bench, not even anywhere near starting. But that was a 10 out of 10 window as well. Forgot to mention that was a 10 out of 10 window. Not looking like it now because you don't play either of them. You've got Gabriel Jesus. I'll go back to that point. So I sidetracked myself. What are we doing? He's not scored in 23, 24 games. He's got the number 9 on his back. Come on. What are we doing? It's madness. Kai Havertz, he had a little purple patch. Fair dues of recent. He hasn't been too bad. People say, oh, what a calendar year has had. No titles are won in a calendar year. I'm sick of that. We've had that excuse for so many times. Oh, we've had a good calendar year. Who gives an absolute toss about the calendar year performances? I want to see it from August until May for a bloody change. That's when I want to see it. That's when the money's earned. That's when these players and these managers earn their money, the business end. And we are not good enough in this business end. But more importantly, the team we are 5 points behind after 9 games are exceptional at it. That's a big issue. Very big issue. Carl, I've lost patience years ago. Yeah, I know you have. Yeah, you're vocal about it. And I don't blame you. Club has become a clothing brand that happens to play football. Yeah, we all got the email, didn't we? Again, another new clothing line that's come out. And you know what? I've been sort of looking at it. They're bringing 2 a month out. It is virtually is that, maybe give or take a week. They're bringing out 2 clothing ranges a month. It's 24 a year, different loads of merch. It's absolute madness when I see that. Look at the email again. I just think, come on, man. Vic, Barrel was some right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yep. Rest in peace, young man. I'd definitely, like you said earlier, I'd definitely rather them two than Artedu. Embarrassing. And Herbert Tractor. How you doing, Carl Rosser? Yeah, spot on. Hendo. Sorry, mate. Spot on, Carl. I'm just up effect to it all now. Anger's gone, has long gone. Do you know what? It's tricky one, yeah. Um, and one thing I will say, since I've had my season ticket, I think 5 or so years now. And do you know what? I've lost my patience a lot more because it's not only obviously my money, and I'm not saying like anything's more valid because I go to the games or whatever. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is I do get pissed off slightly more because not only are more of my resources being spent on this football team, but I've also got two young kids, and on weekends, half of the season, which is why I don't go to a lot of away games. Um, I'm giving up my valuable time, travel, game, travel back. I'll give up a lot of my time for this. And I've actually noticed that since having the season ticket and obviously, going through this Arsenal team, I do get frustrated a lot more quicker because it's my money and my time being wasted on this. My efforts and everything like that it can get exhausting. And at the minute, on this process and this regime, I cannot move forward. Like in any job, yeah. If your employer said, "Do you know what? It's kind of not working for you at this. You're not hitting certain targets. You're not doing this. The quality ain't good enough." You'll get to that point where you'll go, "Enough, sort of enough now. You are not hitting the required target. We've got to let you go." And that's where I am. I've just sort of had enough. I don't believe that this will get any better than second and second. I just don't. I think Liverpool will get better under Slot, and Manchester City won't go away, which means we're not even going to get better on second. Let's just be honest. I hope you're well. Yeah, hopefully he's well. Our Jezza, our Godfather, Vic. Truth is, Kroenke had long enough to prove he cares and wants to win. Nothing will change until Kroenke sells up. He just hires yes men. Proof's in the pudding. He has. It's as simple as that. That's a fact we all can't deny. Is that long enough? Yes, I think probably one of the things that you can say about Kroenke is if I'm not defending him here, if you want to take it from this angle, is he didn't want to put in a lot of his money in until he had 100% control. But that might not be the best excuse. I'm just saying that's the only real angle that I can come from. Where I think he's had long enough. Yeah, he's put in a lot of money over the last sort of few years, but he's also hired the geezers that are wasting it. You can't really sort of defend it. In my eyes, yes, this regime has had long enough. And would I welcome change from the top all the way down to squad players? Yes, I would. I think that it's time for it now. I think, thank you very much, Arteta. Yes, you have taken us from, to at least being in the mix. You've taken us there. Now, can you get me a proper manager that can win things, please? That's what I want. We all, whether we go to the games, whether we do what, we all exhaust our time and our money, whether that be on a Sky Sports subscription, whether it be on a football top for your young kids. We all use our money, our time and money for this football club in various different ways. And we all deserve better than 21 years without a league title. And for the vast majority of them 21 years being fucking nowhere near the league, let's get it right. I mean, 20, 30 points behind the eventual champions on numerous occasions. Let's get it right. Numerous occasions. No League Cup and no European trophy in over 3 decades. And it's not getting any closer. If we couldn't win the Europa League, why are we going to win the Champions League? I'm sorry. Just someone come and prove me wrong. Someone just prove a point as to why we are likely to do this. Because we're worse than last season. Why does that make you think we're going to get even closer to a league? Do what's needed now and get rid. Look, now I would happily, also, if it guaranteed me getting Carlo Ancelotti, I'd wait for him. Because I think his time at Real Madrid is coming up. It could be a perfect opportunity for Carlo Ancelotti to come in for a team knocking on the door, but a winner to take him over that final step. Artedu are not not the two that are going to do it for us. I hope I'm wrong. We all do because we want to see Arsenal do this at the end of the year. That's why we're doing it. Joe, how you doing, my bro? Big up. Hope you're well. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm all right today. I'm not feeling the best, but I still wanted to come on and show my face anyway. Um, no chance, mate. I mean, I don't know what it's referencing to, but yeah, no chance. Um, and Aaron, no matter what happens, we want this manager gone, but he'll still be here when he spends his first billion quid. Now, this is the problem, and this is why we've spoken about it on Godfather Jez's channel, haven't we? Um, Probably when he signed the new contract. Why have you given the contract at that time? That's the unfortunate thing, mate. As we all know, we will be seeing this manager for a lot longer than this season. I'm no silver, no trophies, but now I'm just go anyway. No silver, no job. Get out this type of season, but I want him out now. But the reality is, and you're quite right, he's probably going to be here next summer, and he's probably going to spend another 200 million. Maybe he'll get one or two half decent players out of that, but he's probably going to sign some absolute stinkers. We're probably not going to sell the players that we need to sell, and we're probably going to end up behind a Manchester City team that will go out and go, all right, we've probably scraped this league a little bit more than we wanted to. Now they'll go out and go bang, 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 buy 3 or 4 players that will get them over the line for the next 4 or 5 years. Liverpool will probably do the same. What will we do if transfer windows are to go by, especially pivotal ones like this one, where we just absolutely blew it? We shit the bed. We had an opportunity to get in front of Manchester City. I genuinely believe 2 signings. I would have liked more, but if we'd have got a Gyökeres and a bloody better winger than Sterling, I genuinely think we would probably be sat here and having total different conversations. They don't do things what's necessary. Look at the Peter Cech transfer window. We could have won the league that year. Shit the bed in the window. Sign Peter Cech. Not good enough. We do not do what is required when it's required. We are found wanting every single time. Simple. We know it. Vic, we look worse off than last season. Absolutely. Weaker squad, 100%. Worse tactics, absolutely. And the rivals are stronger. Yes, they are. No chance we win anything, even with this Jose wannabe Mikel. Yeah, I wanted him gone when we finished 8th myself. I think we all did. But you'll watch people that say, but we persevered and it was the right decision to do. The right decision to just keep failing over the next 3 or 4 years that preceded it. We haven't won anything. Where's the success? Where's the success? Because you know what? When I go down the pub and I'm having a little chat with football mates, and a couple of them being Man City, I'm not going, oh, yeah, but we got the most improved trophy. No one gives a fuck about the most improved trophy unless you win first place. No one cares about what the most improved. No one brags about having a profitable transfer window. We've got nothing to brag about. Why? Because we've been unsuccessful for 5 solid years. Absolutely. There's nothing to brag about. Manchester City, the plethora. Sometimes some of their fans aren't even going to parades anymore. We're like, well, sitting there, done that. We'd be starving for that. We do not do what's necessary. Mama, how are you doing, my girl? Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Popping over, evening chat. Yep. Big up, Anthony. Can't predict next few games are unpredictable. What we just quickly while we're on that, I'll ask because I'll probably forget. What were you thinking for Newcastle, Mama? What do you reckon you'll do? Do you reckon you'll do the business at home? Chat. What do you reckon on Arsenal? Do you reckon we're going to pull off something, some sort of a win? We've got to do something, haven't we, people? I'm going to go for a 1-1 because Newcastle perhaps haven't been in the best sort of form. Maybe we won't lose it, but I just can't be confident of a win. I'm afraid. So I'm going to sit on that 1-1 fence. But I'm intrigued as the chat when I get down to there. What do you think the score's going to be? Because it's a massive game. We don't win, and we are. I think we're out of it now. But I mean, you'll even see the goblin Arsenal fans will probably start going 7-8 points behind Manchester City. Not looking good, is it? And they'll all come back running to the likes of us, the likes of a Jez, the likes of a Lee, the likes of the Kenny on the channel going, oh, yeah, you're actually probably right. Yeah, because I think we all are. Even though we all want to be proved wrong, sadly, we're probably right. Evening, Mama. Yep. Evening, my girl. Very glad to see you here. Vic, what we saying? I tried to give Mikel the benefit of the doubt since getting back. Champions League and pushing City, but the Champions League money seems to have disappeared. Mikel has decided to play negative more and more. Let's just briefly sort of touch on this money, yeah? Because I'm dumbfounded, just like you, my brother, as to where it's gone. Now, why am I dumbfounded? I'll tell you why. So the profit and sustainability and all of that crap, they all sort of go on a year's like a sort of fixed period. Well, now we are out of the seasons where we had astronomical wages like Ozil and Aubameyang on there, with Europa League football, with the COVID year, with lower attendances, because we were absolute crap, and then no European football. We are out of that stage now. Now we're in where, albeit we've still got a high wage bill, it's not as bad as it was before. We have also got a better Adidas deal. We've also got a better, what was it, Visit Rwanda deal. Also a better Fly Emirates deal. We've also sold our training ground to Sober Realty. We've got seasons of Champions League football now. Where is the money gone? Where is it? But we bought Declan Rice. One player offset over 5 years. Where's the money gone? Where has all that money gone? Because everything I've labelled is fact. And it's, where has that money gone? We were said, we will be competing. Last time, we made a profit last year. Where's the competing in that? Where's the ambition? Where's the aggression in that transfer market? But most importantly, like you say, Vic, where the bloody hell is the money gone? Where is that dough gone? Where's the excuse on it? Now, maybe as the Kroenkes gone, these two pair of clowns, they're not spending it right. Maybe I'm going to hold a little bit back. I've seen some people say, oh, they want a net zero this summer so they can go out and spend it all next summer. Why are we next summer FC? Why are we next summer FC all the time? Or next summer in the transfer window? Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, because we're going to get another 10 out of 10 transfer window. Come on. People have got to open their eyes and see the crap that's going on here. They're fooled by such nonsense. It's unbelievable. Absolute madness. And what we're saying, I know, Joseph, yeah, we got Newcastle next game. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I hope you're right, Ant, mate. Was going to say 7-1 Arsenal, but Mama in the chat. Yeah, listen, I think I was too scared to say a 2-1 Arsenal win, but I legitimately do think it's going to be a 1-0. But yeah, what was saying it? I hope you're good, Carl. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. See how the next two games go. It's a very, very, very big two games, isn't it, mate? Like I said, both away. In between that, we've got Preston North End tomorrow, which we've got to negotiate. Just we're on that subject, I'm going to do a little watch along. Just give it a little go, see if I sort of like it or not. We'll have a little see. So it'd be nice to see if some of you join there. But yeah, we've got Preston, and then we've got Inter Milan as well. We've got four very big away games coming up, and I'm not going to be funny. I think it's going to be quite tricky to negotiate and come out smelling the roses with all of them four. If I'm being honest with you, I don't see it starting. Well, I see it starting with a win tomorrow. I mean, bloody hell, it better. But I don't see us getting a win at Newcastle. And if we do, in front of a very tricky away side, of a home side in Newcastle, excellent fans, I think we'll have done well to come out there. It's now at this point where, yes, I've been very critical, and a few people have too, of the performances. It's at the stage now, I couldn't give a toss about the performance. It's 3 points time at Newcastle. It has to be. I will go for the most boringest 1-0 win, and I'll chew your hand off over it, because I know anything other than that, I already know anyway. But it's hard to just argue if you start going 6s and 7s and 8s behind Manchester City. It has to be a win, and I'll take an awful ugly 1-0 win on the weekend. Let's get that absolutely right. Vic, I will never ever blame refs, but we all know they are a little bit hit and miss. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, if we do our job on the pitch, we win more games. Simple. Now, yeah, look, we all know here, Anthony Taylor is a dipshit. He's a mega dipshit. We all know it, but it's not his fault that we cannot see off a Liverpool side. It's not any of the refs' faults in the games that we've lost, really. Sometimes there's been some crap decisions. Let's get it right. And because we don't use the refs as an excuse, doesn't mean to say the refs ain't shit. They're all useless. It's the worst bunch of refereeing I've ever seen. How on earth? I don't know. Yeah, I was standing to the geezer next to me with some of these decisions that the refs make. How on earth do they, after embarrassing themselves in front of millions of viewers and the crap that they do, go and look their wife at home in the eye? Like, I just couldn't. If I was some of these English refs being as incompetent and horrendous at their job as they are, I wouldn't be able to look my missus in the eye when I come home from a bit of work. I'd just be ashamed. I don't know how they just keep walking out every day, every game, because they're horrendous. I mean, it's got to a point where it's almost, borderline embarrassing. The refereeing and the standards in this company, it's just, in this league, it's embarrassing. Um, I've got a clue either. Um, sorry, boys. Yeah, defo. Yeah. So, what are we saying then? Let's have a little scroll down and see what we're saying on the old Newcastle. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's the chat's done this to me again. Yeah, I think there ain't much talk in the chat. And you know the little scroll bar when it starts getting quite sort of big, I think, oh, maybe there's only one or two comments here. And then I bloody click on it, and then it's bang, 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 bang. I'll get through them all. I want to get through all these chats today because I've been a little bit crap with them lately. Let's go. We won't get Gyökeres if Manchester United get the sporting manager. Now, yeah, that's an interesting angle, ain't it? That Amorim, he might sort of want to take him with him. The only thing that maybe I can sort of see this Manchester United ownership doing, instead of getting him and sort of going, listen, man, we've pinched the little Arsenal lad, the little money greedy geezer, Obi Martins. We've invested in Xerxes and what's his name? The Wish Harland. I can't think whatever his name is. It's got him at Hoyland. That's the one. Even a Wish version of the name, isn't it? Yeah, they've invested quite heavily in that place. So, I mean, I'm sort of speaking more at hope. You don't want to plough that out to go to one of your rivals, which is why I think the second this transfer window's open in January, just go out and get him. Even so, no one else gets him in the league. Just get him. Get him. You didn't jump out and go with the flow. Yeah, yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll totally forget. Yeah, sometimes in the old chat. Yeah, apologies to people, man. Sometimes it is. It's a bit deceiving. Just that little bar. You click on it, and then it's bang, 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 and I'm like, oh fuck. There's about another 20 here. I think there's only a couple left, so I'll go at a certain pace, but I'll get used to it, man. We're all shocked at how how the hell Ten Hag lasted so long. I'll finish reading off. How the hell did that geezer? That is just a mystery, isn't it? How has that incompetent bellend stayed in the Manchester United job for as long as he had? I mean, it's something I will never wrap my head around. It's madness, isn't it? But we should be more shocked Mikel is here. Now, that is an absolute fact, Merv. Absolute fact. United sacking Ten Hag show they have at least some shame and standards, unlike the Kroenke family. They need to absolutely be making some decisions on Arteta's, especially if we come out of these next two games stinking. I mean, come on, he's got to go. Then he's got to go. Joe, keep smashing the shows. You're great. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much. I double appreciate it, geezer. Problem is, if we let the Younger go, then the Cronkers win and nothing changes. I just can't foresee a bit of change anyway. Give us 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have a little sip of me Stella. Other brands are available, but don't. Stella's the best. Don't bother. Big up. Hello, mate. How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Big up Aaron and everyone in the chat. Yeah, big up, man. Good to see you. Jez, what we saying, my geezer? Give it 45 years of having a ticket. Yeah, and you'll be old like me and pissed off and give up that ticket. Yeah, listen, Jez, and it's also very sort of easy to sort of forget. The Godfather Jez, man, you'd given God knows how much time. Like you said, 45 years, but all the time and effort that's built up. Do not get the respect that you deserve from some of these top Arsenal gooners because they're all the fellas that's got more brain cells than more Emirates Stadium attendances than brain cells. Almost none. I give people like you, like Kenny, and like Lee's, absolute no respect for everything that you've given, effort, money over the club for the last few years. Madness. But yeah, man, 45 years of having it. Jesus Christ, I don't even want to think about the next 45 fucking months, let alone 45 years. It's already painful. How you've done it, mate. Salute you, Jez. Absolutely salute you, mate. Yeah, evening geezer. What was that? No. Yeah, Arsenal made you age, Jez. You look about 90. Yeah, yeah, I love it. Good, yeah. Yeah, great shows for Kenny, Arsenal, Mr. Moore. Yeah, always class on Wednesday night. Yeah, listen, man, I've been fortunate enough, to be fair, to be invited and to be online with so a lot of people that I respect. You know, to be able to sort of go on the chat with Jez very regularly on that Wednesday with Kenny. Even with a couple of times with Lee. It's wicked, man. That's sort of why I'm doing it. I'm not really a little parasite, like a Henry writes or Henry talks to absolute fucking crap. I'm not really one of them people. When I sort of say, it's not that I don't care about you or anything like that. I'm just not driven by having to do it. I want to talk about Arsenal, man. I'm an Arsenal junkie, absolute Arsenal crackhead. All I want to do is talk with like-minded people about Arsenal, and thankfully, Jez has sort of helped give me a platform to do that. That's why I do it, so I can talk to them. No other ulterior motive, just about talking about the Arsenal, man. I absolutely love it, and I hope there'll be many more. I don't ever take any invite for granted, and I always appreciate every time Jez offers me, mate. I absolutely love it. Big up, Jezza. 102 years, mate. Rossi, what we saying, my man? The change needs to start with the fan base. How dare anyone be happy with participation state? I know they love it, don't they? Little participation trophy. You are the problem and are holding back any rising standards for the football club. Now, listen, yeah, you're absolutely bang on what you say here. The common denominator in a lot of this crap are the absolute weird Arsenal fans, blindsided by this weird little nonsense, crap songs, beautiful Spaniards. You're absolutely right. They are a massive common denominator and also what's holding this club back. Blind supporting. And also, when we've got a voice where we're sort of saying, you know what, I don't like what's going on here, we're instantaneously shut down. Why is that, man? What a weird society where you can't. And you know what? We don't. It's not as if we're hurting anyone physically or anything like that in what we say. We've just got a different opinion. It might be not the like we don't shut them all down. I can't get wrap my head around how mad, how absolute mad that this whole society is where you just can't openly just express a different opinion. It's yeah. Yeah, I don't want to say some certain words. I'm conscious. Jez, yeah, that's what you meant. Sorry, yeah, no chance of winning silverware. Listen, Jezza, yeah, absolutely zero, mate. No chance of winning silverware on this. How do we know that we haven't got any chance? We don't know for definite, but what we do know is FA Cup, third, fourth, third, fourth. Carabao Cup, crap. Europa League, embarrassing. Champions League, not good enough. Ain't even been in it most of the time. Premier League, eighth, eighth, fifth, second, second. Where's the silverware in that? Second place trophy. Come off it. There's no silver medals here. None. Not even a final we've got to. Not even been really close to a final in the last 4 or 5 years. When you think about it, we got in that semi-final. We drew away at Anfield when Xhaka got sent off. But did anyone actually think we was gonna get to the final there? And did anyone think we were probably gonna beat Man City in the final? Nah, nowhere near. And Carl and Aaron, Jez, top people. Yeah, high standards. Yeah, listen, we want to see our club win, mate. We might all have sort of slight differing opinions, but us essentially what we all want is to see Arsenal win. And we have not seen them win. We've not seen them win in the FA Cup 5 years, League 21, 3 decades for the League Cup and your European trophy. Come on, the proof is in the pudding. I'm not making up bollocks. It's just there in front of everyone. Kyle, big up my geezer. Big up, mate. Really good to see you. Massive fan of Kyle. I'm sure you've got a channel, geezer. Go and give this fella a subscription. He knows what he's talking about. When you can understand him, he knows his shit. Big up, Kyle, man. I'll tear out. Yeah. Not that. I'll tear her out. Big up to you, brother, mate. Not hope of winning the trophy under this clown. Absolutely not, mate. And big up for you to coming over here, bro. I actually hope we cancel Sterling's loan. I know. Listen, what's the point? He's not even coming on the field now. Madness. And now any good that wanted him. He was finished years ago. Yeah, never really liked him. Yeah, then can't finish to save his life. And he's not getting any better. Funny that when you get older, you don't really get that much better. And he just hasn't been good for years. The Chelsea move finished him, absolutely finished him. Volcano, yeah, man, big up geezer, man. We love a bit of Kyle, man. What we saying? And we do, Joseph. Yeah, it's not the Arsenal we know, and it hasn't been. This is the Arsenal that these weird little 18-year-olds know. It's all about participation. All these little weirdos, that's what they've seen. Do you know why? Because they may have seen us win a couple of FA Cups. And listen, well, no disrespect to the FA Cup, I still hold the 2017 FA Cup, which is the first one I saw at Wembley and lifting it, and it's buzzing. I'll never forget that moment. It was wicked. I want to see us win a league title, and I haven't done that since I was 15. I was 35 on Sunday. Come on, man. What are we doing? It's not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. And there you had a Volcano. Yeah, big up, man. Big up, Carl. Real, he's a real one, man. And that's what I like seeing, and that's why I always appreciate people in my chat and the people, in it. You're all clued in. You're not plugged in. You're clued in. Not plugged into the weird little deluded football matrix, are you, mate? You're all absolutely living in the real world, and that's why it's an absolute pleasure to express my opinions in front of you. Mr. Jez, yeah, I hope you're all good, bro. Yeah, man, we all like Jez is good. We all love a bit of Jezza, don't we? Our godfather, our Uncle Jezza. Definitely, Anthony. We know 100% if we're going to win games anymore because we park the bus at half time. Do you know what? That's a good sort of point here, mate. And I'll elaborate on it slightly. Why on earth, when we go 1-0 down, and there's been plenty of them this year, by the way, plenty of times, why do we just instantly think, that's it, we have to defend? I remember an Arsenal that had Patrick Vieira in it, that had Martin Keown, that had a bit of a fiery Ray Parlour, albeit I can't really remember him getting sent off loads of times. But what I'm saying is we had tough, physical men that were prone to getting a bit red card every now and then. Why? Well, I don't remember us parking the bus when we'd be winning them games still most likely down to 10 men. Why is it all of a sudden now impossible to play attacking football and go for the game when we're 1-0 down? I'll tell you one of the reasons maybe why it's not is because this setup has give us crap players. We probably could still win the game. Do you know why? Because if Patrick Vieira got sent off, we'd still have that man on the field. We'd still have Thierry Henry, Freddie Ljungberg, Robert Pires, to just name a couple. What have we got now when we say get Declan Rice or Trossard gets sent off? Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling, Martinelli. A little bit more of a pushing form recently, but over the last year, any one of them games at 10-0 down, I'm not confident any of these geezers with 11. We've not got the squad around us. But even still, go for the game. Don't just go, fuck, we're 1-0 down. Right, that's it. Get defenders on. Shit. 35 minutes into the game against Bournemouth, and you've absolutely cracked your little G-strings. Come on, man. Not good enough there. Why are we so petrified of attacking? And we were shit with 11. Why are we so petrified of turning up at the Vitality against Bournemouth and not thinking that we can outschool them at the game of football? Come on, man. That's crap. And it's been every game. Leicester, Southampton. Has anyone left the ground or turned over the telly once we finished the game and gone, what? Do you know what? We were good today, weren't we? We were wicked today. When was the last time any of you done that? ... Because of dipshit Mikel and dipshit Artedu. Who else is to blame? Mainly, it's got to start from the top, hasn't it? Yep, big up, Enderman. Yeah. Newcastle will beat Arsenal. This is sort of what I'm worried again. Now, like I said, I don't know if you was there. I think it's going to be a draw, but even a draw is not good enough, is it? It just isn't. This has almost got to be now reeling off win after win after win after win. Pardon me. To get to January, it has to be at least on par with Manchester City in January, because they're going to go into absolute killer mode from January. We've seen it so many times. Come on, people. Manchester City go into killer mode, and we cannot afford to be silly points behind them like we already are. It's not good enough. What we're saying, yeah, from a Chelsea perspective here, yeah. Was I only ever going to you guys or Spuds given his family were in London who didn't want Saudi or Pro League? Yeah, well, we we didn't want him, innit? He's just you've seen his performances for Chelsea. Nowhere near good enough. A draw I fell on stat. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm feeling like it's a 1-1. Do you know what? A 1-1 in the grand scheme of things in a better season wouldn't be the worst result away at Newcastle, but it's just not good enough considering we again start throwing league titles away to relegation teams. Parallels. We've done it against Bournemouth 2 years ago. We're doing it against Southampton's. You know what I mean? Again, in the last few years, we've lost the leagues not being able to put the smaller teams away. Parallels again. Brighton, it's happening again. Bournemouth, it's happening again. You can go and get draws and all that and good results away at the top, boys. Means absolutely nothing. Nothing if you cannot put away the smaller sides. Because there's only 3 or 4 big teams. There's also another 17, 16, 17 of the smaller teams. You need to be putting them away. And we do not. I don't know why our dick don't get hard for them games. It's almost like it's just an awful little arrogance about the team where we go, we beat these today. Nah. You turn up like that, you will lose to anyone in this league. And we do it way too often for my liking. Saliba will have to double work. Loads of Gabriel's injured. Hopefully it's not too bad. I haven't seen anything on it. I've been quite busy at work today, so I haven't really managed to look at Arsenal stuff. But hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe we'll scrape a draw at best. I mean, yes, that's sort of where I'm looking at best. We're good, Carl. Thanks. I'm not too happy with recent performances. Why would you be? Why would you be? And it's not recent, is it, Joe, brother? It's all season. Since we kicked off that ball, we have been an atrocity to the eye. It's a fact, isn't it? When have we, in one stage, I'll ask again, and I'll just make a statement again. What game was it this season where we've come out and gone, wow, we were wicked today? That was wicked. When you turn over to the geezer sat next to you, yeah, we looked good, didn't we? When was that? When was the last time you text your one in Tottenham to make, yeah, we're going to steamroll this league? Yeah, we look wicked today. When was that? I don't remember. I ain't done it. Do you know why? Because I've got standards. So have all you lot. You've got standards because you can see that this is shit. Just a fact. Vic, I said in the summer, don't trust Mikel with any more money. And you were right to say that. He just ruins players, plus no big name. Problems. Yeah, big name just to cut him with what you said there. Yeah, no big name. But I thought we were only going to sign world-class players from now on. Who are they then? Marino? Is he world class? Is he? When was he world class? If he's world class, then Jesus Christ, the parameters of what world class is has significantly changed from what I thought it was. Madness. Yep. And no big names probably want to play for Mikel Teller the way they treat him. Yeah, absolutely. Save money for the next manager. There's something's going on, mate. This transfer window, the pivotal one, the closer to Manchester City, spunk the bed. Embarrassing. See you at 6 p.m. Thursday for the show, then, mate. Yeah, man. Listen, Jezza, I will. As far as I know, I'm not doing absolutely anything. I will always be there, mate, if I can. Always appreciate the invite. You know that, man. Hendo. Yeah, geez, you were still in your teens, 15 when we lost on the Premier League, mate. I was not league. I haven't seen Arsenal win the league when I'm illegal to drink. Do you know what I mean? So like I've seen us win a couple of FA Cups, having a couple of booms. I just want us, do you know what I mean, to see something as an adult. Yes, we've had a couple of FA Cups, like I said. Yeah, but I want to be a fucking adult when we win the league. And it's just not there. But yeah, it's madness, isn't it? 2 decades, man. Nothing will change within Arsenal unless the Cronkies change their ways, which ain't likely. They could go another 20 years. I hope not. And then a new generation of fans, same cycle. Oh, mate, if these lot, especially the Cronkies, but the more Arteta and the yes men like Mikel Arteta are in charge of this football club, the more weird Arsenal fans, the more deluded mental Arsenal fans we get, the worse it's always going to be. We need to get in a ruthless manager who needs to win something. Will we do it? No, because the board isn't ruthless enough. They will not do, and they've proven it time and time again, they will not do what is required. Absolutely not whatsoever. Just look at the last season's gone by. Not good enough. So to add on, yeah, it's bench improved. Guendouzi, Ozil, Bournemouth, Zinchenko, yeah, Jorginho, Jesus. Yeah, man. Listen, yeah. The bench just hasn't improved. It ain't even improved on last year. It ain't, is it? We were sat there and thinking last year, oh, we binned the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup because we've got bigger fish to fry. I hate that. But we got bigger fish to fry. We've been that. So what we're gonna do for more chance of success is weaken our squad. Make that make sense. Math just isn't mathing, is it? If someone can make that make sense to me, I will be extremely grateful to you. Please, someone make sense of that. Madness. Madness. AFC always. Big up, fella. How are you doing, mate? Always a pleasure to see you. If Arteta was doing the same job at Spurs, then the same top gooners would be the first to point out the lack of silverware. What a point this is. What a point this is. But when it's their own, on their own door, they ignore it, blinded by bias. That is almost an excellent way to wrap this up. That, what you just said, boom. Swallow that, top gooners. Read that and fucking digest what AFC Always has just said. Because that's fact. That is that. If we'd all be bantering Manchester United, because we're already doing it with Eric Ten Hag, we'd already be bantering the hell out of Tottenham because we're already doing it with Big Ange, mate. But when it's us, oh, no. Trust the process. No, he's doing a good job. Doing a good job. That, boom, that's a wicked one. Now, listen, I am going to wrap the show up there. I will be doing a watch along tomorrow. I'm going to give it a little go. See how it is. You know what I mean? I've not done one before, so I thought, I'll come out the comfort zone, have a little go. I'm going to be starting that off probably about 7:30. Hopefully I'll be doing it downstairs unless the missus kicks me back up here, relegated to the bedroom. And honestly, nothing happens in this bed anymore apart from these streams. Yeah, I need to work on that, don't I? But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow, 7:30. Also, I'm gonna be on, as I've just got the invite on Jez's show at Arsenal History and More. Make sure you go give that absolute superstar a follow. Carl Walsh has also been here. Make sure you give him a follow. All wicked geezers. And yeah, look, listen, yeah, we'll see you then. Fingers crossed we can do some sort of a job tomorrow. We've got to get through. We've got to get through Preston North End because, I mean, if we don't, it's banter season all over again. But listen, thank you for coming. Look, make sure you send a like and a sub if you haven't already at the video. And we're going to shoot. Enjoy the rest of your evening, people. All the best.